Every day since November 1998, the International Space Station has been orbiting the Earth at a speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. Having spent several months on board the International Space Station, the time has come for 3 of its crew members to travel back to Earth. The return journey aboard a Soyuz capsule takes 3.5 hours. Before it can start, there's a lot of preparation to do, both in space and on the ground. The normal landing site for the Soyuz is Kazakhstan. A group of ground-based experts prepare meticulously for this operation. They take into account the current orbit of the station and then select the most appropriate landing site on the ground. The landing site is checked by the search and rescue team to make sure that the terrain is flat and free from any obstructions that could complicate the landing. The search and rescue team is able to operate even in extreme weather conditions. When all the information has been analyzed, the optimal return trajectory is calculated. One week before the Soyuz undocks from the station, the instructors and controllers located in the mission control. They are also briefed on the latest details of re-entry. They care with the 1 week before the Soyuz undocks from the station, the instructors and controllers located in the Mission Control Center near Moscow conduct a remote training session with the crew and the onboard simulator. During this session, the crew are reminded about the most important actions they will have to perform during the re-entry. They carefully run through the procedures for each critical step, including the scenarios that could lead to an emergency descent. They are also briefed on the latest details of their trip back, such as landing conditions and the precise timelines for the activation of vehicle systems. The onboard crew runs a test of the Soyuz vehicle and begins packing items that will travel with them back to the ground. The Soyuz is then activated, and the crew starts preparing it for undocking. When instructed by the ground controllers, the crew say their goodbyes to the colleagues staying behind and close the hatch that separates the Soyuz orbital module from the station. The hatch is carefully checked to make sure there are no leaks that could cause an unexpected cabin depressurization. The crew members put on their spacesuits and enter the descent module that they will occupy for the ultimate roller coaster ride back to Earth. Former astronaut Frank de Winne is now head of the European Astronaut Center in Cologne. He remembers clearly the emotions he felt as he was about to leave the International Space Station.
Wow, today I'm really going home. Because of course, the days before, you're preparing for the 4-hour
service module. In this case, the undocked Soyuz reaches an orbit below the station. The orbital velocity of the Soyuz also increases. This module. In this case, the undocked Soyuz reaches an orbit. In this example, the vehicle is going to undock from the so-called service module. In this case, the undocked Soyuz reaches an orbit below the station. The orbital velocity of the Soyuz also increases. Sometimes, however, the Soyuz is docked to a port underneath the station. In these situations, approximately 40 minutes before the undocking, the station changes its orientation. The Soyuz then undocks and joins a higher orbit, and its velocity decreases. In both cases, after one revolution of the Earth, the orbits intersect, but because of their now different velocities, the station and the Soyuz arrive at the intersection point at different times. This prevents any possibility of a collision between the two vehicles. When the flight director is ready, a go is given to the crew to initiate the undocking. The crew commander issues the command to open the Soyuz hooks. These are the only mechanical devices holding the vehicles together. After approximately 3 to 4 minutes, the hooks are fully opened and the Soyuz is no longer firmly attached to the station. A set of pushers that were kept mechanically compressed while docked gently eased the Soyuz away from the station at a relative speed of 12 to 15 centimeters per second.
Undocking confirmed at 9:56 p.m. Central Time.
Being so close to the station, the Soyuz propulsion system is inhibited in order to avoid contamination of the station with residual chemical dust produced by the Soyuz thrusters. The crew gets visual confirmation of the separation through the image provided by the external TV camera and also from indications displayed on their monitors. ESA astronaut Paolo Nespoli returned to Earth aboard a Soyuz spacecraft at the end of Expedition 27.
I didn't actually felt the detach when we detached from the station. Physically, I did not feel it.